Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog von Bernard Rider. Today we're testing out the Kawasaki Z900 2022 model. I don't know if you know, but I had the 2020 model with 48 horsepower when I did not have my full license yet. But I sold it now because I want something more practical. I'm getting an X80V, you know, with side cases, top box and the likes. So it is very practical. This one here looks just beautiful and stunning, and I just like the looks and the design of it. It looks very nice, and that's basically why I bought it. Also, I bought it because of the sound of the four-cylinder and also of the torque. Even at 48 horsepower, it had very good low RPM torque already. So unfortunately, it is very hot today and I cannot stand in the sun too long, so I have to cut this review fairly short here. On the left hand side of the handlebar we have the clutch lever, which is adjustable in 5 positions. In the front we have a passing light switch, high beam, low beam. We have the switch for the riding modes, and for the display here we have the turn signal switch, hazard light switch and the horn here. On the right hand side we have the throttle, we have the brake lever for the front disc brakes, also adjustable in 5 positions. We have the emergency cutoff switch and we have the starter switch here. In the middle we have the display, which is very easy to read under any lighting conditions. On top on the left hand side we have the gear indicator. Down below we have the RPM band or RPM display, which is also very nice and easy to read. Underneath we have the speedometer. To the left here we have the fuel. Then we have the multifunction fields here. We have the constant showing of the coolant temperature, and we have the clock also constantly showing here. We can switch around the data either with these buttons here or on the buttons on the handlebar. I can switch around from range to average speed to total time, battery, and that's it. And the upper portion from odometer, trip A and B, and that's it. If I press longer, I'm currently in road mode, I can go to sport mode, or I can switch around these. We have road, we have rain, we have rider. In rider we can change everything like traction control and so on. Like at the moment it is off, we can turn it on, I think in 3 different positions or levels. I will put this back up to my standard riding mode here, which is road. You can switch around the display scheme or color. If you don't like the black, you can switch it to white, which is easier to read maybe. And if you press these 2 buttons at the same time, you get into the menu, but I will not get into this in detail. As you can see, there's also an app connection, but I don't really like it. It is really not easy to operate and not very practical at all. So this is a quick presentation of the Z900 2022 model year. Only the colors have changed. This is a white color now with red. I really like it. It's pretty nice. It looks very nice. And we'll just take it back to the dealer now. Unfortunately, it is very hot today, so I cannot make a big test ride. And so we just have a quickie review here of the 2022 model. Nothing has changed but the colors. The seating position is fairly upright, not totally upright, but very nice and easy also for older people like me, older folks like me. I just test rode an R7 actually from Yamaha, and I don't want to ever test ride it again. It was just terrible, the seating position, but I guess it's not made for people like me or with this in this age bracket. Anyways, this is very nice, a little bit leaned forward already, but not that bad, so still acceptable. But of course it's a little bit sportier than any other. We actually had slippage already. And I noticed that on my old, in my previous Z900, that sometimes it kind of slips. But I think that might be the tires, because the tires which they usually put on from the factory are not very good. And I had, you know, some slippage. And I just, you saw it, it was not really big acceleration, but I noticed the slippage, and it has traction control, so go figure. I guess you have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, seating position is nice. We have 820 millimeter seat height, which is pretty nice. I'm 175, so for me it is still acceptable. Although when you just maneuver the bike, you know, when it's actually standing still, it is kind of difficult already to maneuver. You know, it's fairly heavy, and yeah, since it is fairly tall, the seat height, it's not that easy. But yeah, the power is definitely nice. Yeah, there's not much else to tell you about this bike. As I said, I'm sorry, I will make a very short test ride. It's just incredibly hot here, and I cannot stand this to do this any longer. I have to get back out of my clothes now. And I cannot really run around naked here. Naturally, this is a naked bike, so we don't have very much wind protection, but I like it. I always tell you that I like it better than a wind shield, which deflects the wind a little bit and causes a lot of turbulences. So wind flow is okay for a naked bike, definitely okay. Compared to the competition, it's still a very nice price. And you have actually in this model year 2022, you have 3 different color selections here for the Z900, but you have in total 5 different Z900s you can buy. Basically, you can buy a Z900 Performance, which has a different exhaust and windscreen and back seat, something different cover, back seat cover. You have a SE version, which is only available for a short time with different suspension, different brakes, Brembo brakes, for moderate price increase. And you have the 60th year anniversary edition, all in red, which I personally like very much. I would definitely get the red version, and it's only about 1,000 euro more expensive than the base model. The highest price, I think, is the SE version with 12,000 something. I think still a good deal, although I mean getting kind of expensive now, but still good for what you're getting, the power what you get. You know, you get a 948cc bike with a lot of torque, and yeah, that's really impressive actually. And also I would say, if you have the full license without any restriction, A2 or anything, you can still get the full power version with 125 horsepower, because the throttle is very easy, much easier than the 48 horsepower, and you can easily handle the power. I mean, if you don't go like a crazy maniac. So I would definitely recommend it if you're a good rider, you know. If you decide, and if you have the full license, you can also get the full version. I mean, they all have the same price. It's my verdict. I mean, it is very positive. If I were in the market for this kind of a bike, as I used to be, I would definitely get it again, you know, in the anniversary edition. Definitely, it's really nice. And yeah, it's Kawasaki, it's nice shifting, it's nice everything, so it's a lot of fun. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks very much for watching. This is Ben, right out. Take care. Bye bye.